last episode, I took a little bit of heat because I took our Portland Trailblazers to give the Spurs fits, and let's just get into my little mini rant, if you will. I already ranted earlier, so don't have to
Let's
go
get it
crazy
on.
here. I wasn't wrong. You can't look at me and tell me I was wrong. Game one, we were in it the entire game until a big run at the end, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But um, we were in it. Game two, we were in it the entire game, and we won the game. So it's 1-1. All you got to do on the road, everyone knows, steal one, and bring it back. We
Still,
got them at the Moda Center on Friday, and I'm excited. The place is gonna be jumping. And before we start doing this whole, hey, Wimby was out. Okay, he's his plus minus is -3 right now in the entire series. Every minute he's played on the court. So let's not sit here and act like. And that's not me saying he doesn't change the game. Of course, you're better with him on the court. I get that. But we are in the game when he's on the court also. And that plus minus doesn't lie. It's a statistic. Are we scoring in more than you are when he's on the court or not? Let's move into the next thing, the whole foul thing. I'm sick and tired. All I see is Spurs fans talking about, oh, they're getting all these fouls, crazy foul calls, blah, blah, blah. The Spurs have drawn 7 more fouls in game one, 5 more in game two, and they have 47 total free throw attempts to our 35. You're getting way more foul calls. Shut up. Next thing. Talking about the Blazers and what we need to do to actually have a chance moving forward. Our team defense and the adjustment we made in game two, huge. Love it, and we need to continue to do that, especially when Wemby does come back. We schemed against them without him very well, and our team defense looked great. But help side on Luke Cornett versus help side on Wemby is it's a whole different beast. And then yeah, we need to slow down their runs. They're making crazy runs, especially at the end of the game. They did it again. They got up 14 with 8 minutes left. Luckily, we came back, but um, my last tiny bit here, going at the Spurs and the fans, the players. What Vassell was saying about Scoot, they need to play him more physical and stuff. Go ahead. The whole point of this and what's going to let us back into the series and let a star like Denny be a star is these other players drawing some attention. Scoot went and got 31. He went and got buckets. Drew went and got buckets. Robert Williams. What are we doing? Like, you want. It's working. You just proved to us it's working. You are going to have to let up a little bit on Denny. Next thing you know, he goes and puts a 41 ball on you, steals another game at home. We're in this thing. I'm not saying we're gonna guaranteed win the series, and that was more of me just trying to clip farm on the last one. But all I was saying was it was gonna be competitive. We are in this thing. It's not as far apart as you think it is, and we are gonna give them fits, and we have. So, what'd you like? What'd you think about the first couple games?
yeah. Well, I think game one, once we cut it to one, I just that game one, the Spurs just kept hitting every big shot that they needed to stop our run or to prevent us from going on a run. And that's not typical or sustainable in the NBA. We know this. It's basketball is a game of runs, and when the other team gets on one, like it's one of the things that the Warriors were great at all the time. You hit a big bucket, all of a sudden they inbounds, they come back and they hit a three right in your face. And not that the Spurs were necessarily hitting threes right in the face, but they just had an ability to get the bucket exactly when they needed it. And so it just takes the air out of you when you make that little 4-point run and then they do hit a three. Or you make a great stop, you get a bucket, you get a stop again, and then you miss and then they score. And just like every single time. And so what I felt like in game two is they weren't going to be able to do that. And again, granted, without Wimby in the second half, I kind of thought they played, and better is not the word, but when you just let De'Aaron Fox, Steph Castle, and Harper just run and be aggressive, their drive and kick game is so hard to stop. They penetrate, they get deep in transition, and then they kick it out to somebody for a three. And I just think that you can play that way. You live and die by the three. And they just, that plain and simple, they did not make as many shots, and then Portland just made shots. I think that the Spurs played as good of a game as they can play in game one, and then game two was a step down from that. Blazers, meh on that offensive side in game one, and then just, showed up. And again, keep scooting, baby. I'm so happy to see
Yeah.
him start to shine. And what I do hope is Scoot Henderson, please, please do not change your level of expectation of your ability. And I want you to know that you have the ability, but don't all of a sudden take and mount this pressure on yourself. Hey, I have to score 30 every single game for the rest of this series. I got to get a bunch of shots up for the rest of the series. No. If you do, great. But keep playing within your game. I thought he did a great job of not forcing too many shots, but he's bouncy, he's quick, he's springy. Keep
Doing his jump shot.
scooting, keep scoot. It's look. He used to kind of like chuck the ball at the rim, kind of knuckled. It was not pretty, but that thing looking pretty.
Dude, he's
Keep
clearly
scooting.
been in the gym with Dame. He's clearly, and that's the Dame effect I was talking about. And to your point, the big thing, there's the inverse of the matching buckets also, and that's when you go and get a stop. The Trailblazers haven't been able to go get a bucket after that, so it's been a stop and a stop and a score and a score. And in these games with this talented of a team, like you can't do that. Like if you have to keep up scoring with them, but also when you go and get 5, 6, 7 stops in a row, you have to get buckets in that time. That's how you make a run of your own and you get a lead of your own. We've been playing from behind far too often, or playing like in a tied back and forth, bounce back and forth. Like I would like to see us at least one of these next 2 games go get a lead and really get after it, and build off of that. So yeah,
Answer this for me now. I love the adjustments that Tiago Splitter made from game 1 to game 2, changing how our defense looked. We were scrambling game 1. Game 2, we looked organized. Is he the Portland Trailblazers coach in 2027?
oh, it's so hard to
Or I
answer that
guess
because
technically
like,
in
dude,
2026 later this year. But
I
is he the guy?
I like the guy. I do. And one thing, clearly he's a young coach. Like clearly you can see where he's having his own growing pains, just like any player's going to have their growing pains. And he got put into it sooner than he probably expected. So like, he's personally won a championship, so he knows how playoff basketball works. He was with freaking Greg Popovich. For out of all people you can be with, that's a great person to play for. So like, he's got good bones. I like his mindset, his ability to adjust. That's what drove us crazy about Terry Stotts for all of those years. It's what drove us crazy about Chauncey Billups. I don't care. He must have been doing it on
He was
purpose because
actively
he
tanking.
did not know how to adjust in a game at all. And
No, he
I
did.
hope he never sniffs a basketball court for the rest of his life.
He did. He just knew how to make an adjustment
Adjustment
that
to
would
lose
favor
the
the
game.
books that would favor the book or the outcome that he needed. So
Yeah.
he could adjust,
But
just
regardless,
it's dumb.
it's going to be really hard to like. I mean, Malone's obviously at UNC now, so he's off the table. Billy Donovan's, a good option. Stay away. I told you to stay away from Doc Rivers unless
Stay
Wemby's
away.
on the flight from Milwaukee. If not Wemby, Giannis. If Giannis is on that flight, Alaska Airlines first class from Milwaukee to Portland with Doc sitting right next to him, I'm fine with it then. Then we'll talk. But if he's not, stay away. I think Splitter is a far better option than many of the other what ifs. So I wouldn't be
Yep.
mad at it. There's a lot of talk, obviously, about our new owner and him being a cheapo, but let's see the vision out. We've had some terrible years, man. We've endured some way worse than this.
Some brutal.
We got a guy who's coming in ready to make some changes. Let's give him a chance. Let's not turn on him. Fans, stop turning on him. Give him a chance. You don't need a T-shirt. Your wife or girlfriend is going to steal that T-shirt and wear it to bed every night anyways. You're not going to wear that thing again after that playoff game. What do you need a T-shirt for?
Hey, you know who's nice though? Speaking of Blazers and what they've seen, CJ McCollum.
Oh,
I love seeing him rip the Knicks up. Oh, that made me happy. I love seeing that from.
it
CJ
gives me
McCollum.
it gives me flashbacks to when he that Denver series he had for us, man. When him and Jamal Murray were trading buckets, I'm like, dude, CJ has always been cold. He will always be cold. Dude, what a fun game that was. I think the Knicks are gonna win the next three. Let's not get crazy, dude. Like,
I
but
don't know.
nonetheless, um, that Hawks team looks great. That was a fun game.
Yeah, and Rockets are in some trouble.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that though, dude. This Lakers team is pretty good, man. And I don't know if you remember how the Rockets looked last year, but in the playoffs they clearly, and they didn't have
But they
KD,
did,
but
yeah, I was
they
gonna
were
say they didn't have that.
clearly. I know, but that's not in these playoffs, man. It's way more than one guy, and Kevin Durant's clearly on the very back end of his career. Um, they just, I don't know, man. I'm not bought in on Shen Yung anymore. I'm not bought in on the rest of the roster. It's interesting what's going on in Houston, and it's going to be a sweep, and it's going to make for some uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, I think Thompson's as great as athletic as he is, kind of like De'Aaron Fox, just massively quick downhill. Doesn't have a great jump shot. Play off him a little bit, just make it hard for him to get into the lane. You couple that with KD is kind of like I'm gonna get mine, and like I just kind of need you guys to do yours, not necessarily leading the charge on both sides of the ball. So the most interesting series to me right now, and this one might have to go 7 game, is the Nuggets and the Wolves. Those teams don't
Yeah,
like each
that's gonna,
other,
dude.
and that series is physical too.
Get me
I
the
love that
popcorn.
series.
Dude, it's awesome. That's gonna be a good one. I think I think you're right. It's gonna go all seven. It's uh, I don't know, man. If you had to tell me pick a winner today, like your life is on the line, gun to head, I wouldn't know who to pick. I would be
No.
so back and forth. I'd be like, give it to Denver, the slight edge because they've won it all before. So, um, but man, that Wolves team. The other ones, the only other two that I felt were noteworthy. One, I don't think we need to overreact to the Magic Pistons. Pistons are going to come back fine. They're very similar to the Spurs in that they don't have playoff experience, so
Hmm.
this is all new to them. They'll figure it out. They'll get into it. They'll get into the same rhythm that they've been in all year. And I don't think the Magic are that good. And now that I look at it, they're up 84-66 right now in the fourth quarter. They're almost up
Woo.
20 points, so
Whoop.
they're right back to it. But the other one, I told you I have some pause with the Celtics, and then they go and drop a game to Philadelphia.
Well,
Was I right in that pause?
I don't think so, because I don't think that you're gonna get a 30 some odd point game from VJ Edgecombe every single time, which was kind of the difference in that game. And I do love VJ Edgecombe, and I think he's an excellent rookie, but I don't think that that's something you're gonna consistently get. It's the Garden or the TD Garden. Like, things are always going to be chaotic in there, high energy. It's not like Philly's not good enough to take a game. They're just not good enough to win this series.
And I'm not necessarily saying should we be worried about this series. It's more in this playoffs. I think I just some of these teams in the East, man. Like I said, I think the Pistons will start to put it together, but the Knicks and even the Cavs, man, the Cavs are looking good. The Raptors are, I think, quite a poor team. I don't think the Raptors ever had a snowball's chance. So we'll really see what the Cavs are made of in the next round. But dude, if they get rolling, let's say Cavs go to well, who would they play next? They would play the Pistons next, right?
And
Yeah.
that
So
that that
let's
feels
say,
winnable. You got some vets on this
bro,
Cavs team that I don't think the Pistons are ready for. They're not ready
and
for
let's
that
say
kind of
they
ball.
roll them. Let's say they roll them, and then the Celtics and Knicks go into a crazy bloodbath of a series. Like I would find it hard to think that the Cavs don't handle them comfortably. I don't know. We'll see. I
I
just keep
yeah.
an eye on the Celtics.
I
Just
think
keep
that
an eye out.
between Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, who's the guy who's coming off the bench? Sam Merrill. I think you've got enough defense on this Cavs team. if you can get these kinds of performances where you're getting 30 essentially from both James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, and it didn't look like it was hard for them to do that. It didn't look like, okay, I need to get my shot. Now I need to get my shot. And that kind of deal that everyone thought with James Harden wanting to be ball dominant, it's gelling pretty well. And I feel like these guys are so locked in on winning because of what people like me have even said. James Harden, like, your team is better, but it doesn't make you contenders. I'm starting to feel like maybe they could be Eastern Conference contenders. I still don't think that they're better than Boston, but it's I'm seeing something there. They could catch a groove. They could get hot.
We'll see. Sweet. Well, we're going to have some more NBA playoffs, as it's kind of hard dropping these things weekly because a few games go by, stories change, but we'll do our best to wrap it up. We're going to get 2 more of these Blazer games under our belt, and we'll see where we're at. I might be putting a hand up next Monday when we record the pod, or maybe you'll be the one putting the hand up. All those people who said, one of them said, maybe you should watch some basketball. I'm going to tag you in the comments too. I'll tell you what, I watch basketball. I see it. Clearly you don't. I don't know if you watched game 1 and 2. Did you tune in?
Listen, Michael Jordan has a chance to come back in game 3 against the Cincinnati Bulldogs, all right? They're going to do it. I've got faith.
You're killing me, man. Take us home.